Hey, good morning, everybody. Don Cramer at Urban Nest Realty with the Cramer Group. It's Wednesday. It's time for a weekly recap. Hey, my apologies for being just a few minutes late here. We had some new news that we're just trying to put together here on what happened week over week in Las Vegas real estate. So appreciate you hanging in there and joining in today's show. And again, it's always between 10 and 10:30. It's Coffee with Cramer and Colleen. Again, Colleen sends her best. She's, like I said, we've got a couple houses out there in the market she's working with clients on and getting those across the finish line and getting a couple of new buyers into the homes that they are looking to be in for quite a while and reach their dreams. So again, Colleen sends her best. We will be seeing her back in the office here or actually virtually in due time. So, but she does sends her hellos, and she does raise her cup of coffee in toast to you. So again, just enjoying some coffee. It's been a busy day. Like I said, we're just kind of catching up here, but we've got some interesting weekly stats we want to go through. And so I'm going to kind of kick off here with the next slide is our week over week numbers. So last week we had 6,015 homes for sale in the Las Vegas Valley. Now this week we ticked up a smidge to 6,028. Of those, 5,892 are traditional sales, 64 short sales, and 72 foreclosures. So week over week numbers from the 4th of May to the 11th, through Mother's Day weekend, not a lot of change. Now, the more interesting number is under contract. So last week, we started the week off with 2,535 homes under contract. This week, we enter the week with 2,660, a 4.9% increase in homes going into contract. That is the first significant bump we have seen since the second week of March. So we're talking 2 months ago now. We are seeing a decent increase in homes going into contract. Of the 2,660, 2,502 are traditional sales, 111 short sales, and 47 foreclosures. So our foreclosure numbers and short sale numbers in light of the pandemic, in light of the layoffs and the closures, are still holding steady. Much of that has to do with the forbearance work that's going on. And there's going to be some news coming down we're going to want to talk about in some future episodes on forbearance. But the main lines are foreclosures and short sales are holding steady. And the under contracts this week over week, first significant increase, 4.9% week over week of homes going into contract. The other big key stats we always like to monitor is median home price, $310,000. So while it's down from our March absolute high of 319, year over year, we are still 3 percentage points up from last year. So, a year ago, we were about just about 300,000. We're still at 310, so we're still up year over year. Back on markets, houses, 187 homes back on the market and 518 price decreases. So not a lot of change over change week over week in those areas, which is good. So those are good indicators if those numbers are holding steady. Now moving on, kind of the more detailed week over week information. This is what's interesting, like I said, continuing on. So the new listings week over week, we had 632. Under contracts, we had 688, both under contract no shows, under contract shows. So again, we are putting more houses week over week into escrow than we are on the market. So demand is starting to tick up, and we want to continue to see if this is a trend line we're going to see over the next few weeks, especially now that phase one of reopening Nevada is underway, and that what's in store for phase 2 and phase 3 and how soon are they implemented. So let's kind of keep track and see how does under contracts versus new listings trend while Nevada reopens. Then the last item for today is kind of where the houses are moving. And they're still kind of showing the same space, same areas. The area of the market that's moving the most is the 250,000 to 500,000 range. So that's the houses that are just below and just the tier of and next tier up of the median price points. So if we look at active homes under 250, 721 listings, 455 pending. So it's a little more, a little less than a 2-to-1 ratio. The homes sort of in that 250, that median price and above, 250 to 500,000 range, 3516 for sale, 1879 pending under contract. So again, that's just slightly below the 2-to-1 ratio. So kind of think about that as almost like a 2-month supply. So as we move, the next thing is if we move it into the next tranche, which is the 500,000 to 750, that supply is 879, and 257 homes are currently pending under contracts. So that's sort of not quite a 3.5 to 1 ratio, kind of sort of between there and 4 to 1 ratio. Now the middle luxury, that 750 to $1 million range, that's 314 listings with 72 pendings. So that's again a little over a 4 to 1 ratio of homes. And then in the luxury segment, which is the over $1 million, we have 480 active homes and then 67 pending. So again, that market space between 250 and 500,000 is still moving in a healthy clip, where for every 2 homes we have a market, we have 1 pending. That can sort of lead towards us sort of showing right about a 2-month supply there, which is still a very good number. We're just maybe not seeing it quite at the highs that we normally see this spring. But again, we're getting buyers in relation to sellers in our current situation. And again, as we move up, as higher priced homes do take longer to sell. However, they are staying there steadies in their respective time periods. So that's the week over week numbers. And if you have any questions on this, or questions about, hey, I've got a home here in this part of town, or thinking about buying a home in this part of town, would love to hear from you, because if this is something you're looking to do because you need the extra space, as we've talked to a lot of people now, we're having a lot of people reconsider houses if they want a pool or not. Ones that are, because they might have used the facilities at a gym or a public space, but with COVID, they want something more private. We're getting a lot of requests right now for houses or floor plans that not just have a den space that could be maybe a converted bedroom, but a more dedicated den space, because they may need more space not just for work, but also for filing, and just kind of make that a more personalized work environment for them. So we're getting a lot of requests for that. Summerlin just recently announced about houses that have some den office floor plans. So we work with a lot of the new builders too. We could talk about that as well. And so if you're thinking about that, life changes. Let's say, I feel for the class of 2020 having to be more virtual. Hopefully we can give them a nice, graduation announcement as we can get back to more common public spaces and public gatherings later on this year. But as the class of 2020 starts looking towards college next year, or maybe moving out, again, downsizing might be a consideration, or for the newborns for 2020. And they may need some additional space. So again, if you're thinking about if we're looking at life changes, reaching your life goals, real estate, now's still a good time, because interest rates are still very low. Housing prices are staying steady. Inventory levels are staying in check and in balance with each other. We can find you a place that will meet your life needs going forward. So again, on behalf of Colleen Schaefer, I'm Don Cramer. We make up the Cramer Group at Urban Nest Realty, where more now than ever your real estate experience matters. So give us a call if we can help you with buying, selling, or investing in Las Vegas real estate. Now tomorrow, looking forward to seeing Rudy Romano on from our office. We're gonna dig into the commercial real estate space. And if you missed it, tune in. We've got it down in the Facebook feed. We've also got it over on YouTube channel on Cramer Group Real Estate. Tom Tezak with Lifestyle Maui, Windermere, Wailea Realty was on yesterday talking about that Maui lifestyle. Some wonderful ideas for those if you're looking to make that big change and kind of kick back and enjoy life a bit. Love for you to tune in and check that video out. So again, till tomorrow, till next time, Don Cramer at Urban Nest. We hope you have a wonderful day. Until next time, bye.